So, welcome everybody to the fourth day of horror of the 31 Days of Horror. And today we're looking at 2019's Doctor Sleep. Now, a direct sequel to the 1980 film The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick. And this is a supernatural horror film directed by Mike Flanagan, who also did the really rather fantastic Hush, Oculus, Gerald's Game, and Ouija Origin of Evil. And this cost between 30 to 55 million to make, and you can really see that on the screen if you watch it. But it only made 72.3 million at the box office, which was deemed a bit of a disappointment given the It films made way more than that, and so it wasn't particularly successful, but still. And the theatrical cut runs in at 152 minutes long, but the director's cut runs in at 180 minutes long. But either is really great. There's no difference. No, there's no major downside to either one of them, to be honest. And it stars Ewan McGregor, who's obviously most well known for the Star Wars prequels, but also Trainspotting and the really rather fantastic disaster film The Impossible. Also stars Rebecca Ferguson, who has been in a couple of the Mission Impossible films, as well as the upcoming film Dune. And this is a film that is really, really fantastic as far as I'm concerned. And the plot premise is still irrevocably scarred by the trauma he endured as a child at the Overlook Hotel. Dan Torrance has fought to find some semblance of peace, but that peace is shattered when he encounters Abra, a courageous teenager with her own personal extrasensory gift known as the Shine, which is what Ewan McGregor's character calls it. Instinctively recognising that Dan shares her power, Abra has sought him out, desperate for his help against the merciless Rosa Hat, played by Rebecca Ferguson, and her followers. And coming into this, I was in a mind of two halves, really, because I do enjoy The Shining, but I don't love it. It's nowhere near my favourite horror film ever made. And as a result, I've also enjoyed a lot of Mike Flanagan's films, so I was unsure whether or not he'd be able to make a film as good as The Shining, but thankfully he's made one that is even better as far as I'm concerned. As director, writer and editor Mike Flanagan has done a superb job with this film. All the primary performances are fantastic, it's well paced, the cinematography is equally gorgeous and well executed, and as I said before, you can really see that the money has been put on the screen. It's easily one of the best looking horror films out there. The plot is fully engrossing, the script perfectly balances its characters and its themes. It deals with themes of death and mortality, and also alcoholism, and what one's choices have on other people's life as well as your own. And the score is great. It features several beautifully calm scenes where all the characters' gifted use for genuine good. The finale is highly well done, while tense, as it provides fans of the first film with aspects that were truly iconic, like the elevator scene with the blood or the woman coming out of the bath. And without ever feeling like the plot is being put on hold for those scenes, and it also keeps up the tension. Now, sure, the film could have been scarier in the traditional sense, but I was so enveloped in its world and its characters that it didn't really matter. But it does have its dark aspects, including the horrific murder of a child, where it was so horrific to some people in the cinema that they walked out when that actually happened, which kind of surprised me because I thought it was done in a way that wasn't exploitative, but still, that's why they walked out. But didn't really bother me at all that it wasn't particularly overly scary, because it really did work as a film overall regardless of that. So superb film if you've never seen it. I know plenty of people didn't, because the box office numbers suggest that barely anyone ever did. And if you're a bit ambivalent about it because it's a sequel to The Shining, well, trust me, it's one that really does make its mark in its own right. It's kind of like Blade Runner 2049 in that respect, where you don't have to necessarily have loved or seen the first film to enjoy its sequel or extension of that world. So superb film, and highly recommended. 10 out of 10 as far as I'm concerned. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.